Stepgun here today. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Today I have a gun I bet none of you can guess what it is. It's made in the Czech Republic and it is not a CZ75B. And thank you to all of my new subscribers. Like I said, there will be video content coming every single day. I have a bunch of guns to review. I have a comparison. If you've seen the Glock 19 video, I have a Glock 19 and Glock 48 comparison video coming soon. There are a lot of videos coming soon. Now, for today's gun, in big ol' 45 ACP, the CZ97B. Alright guys, I got one confession to make. This right here is one beautiful, beautiful gun. I mean, what more can you ask for out of a CZ than to get 45 ACP with 10 round mags? That's right. This gun right here, guys, I love 45 ACP. I really do. I love 1911s. And CZ just made this thing back in 1997, obviously from the Czech Republic, and it's basically, if you look up some reviews on it, it's basically the big brother, if you will, to the CZ75. You got your, it's a double action hammer fired pistol, and I did safety clear the weapon before the beginning of this video. As you can see, the bullets are strictly for display, but you got your single action trigger pull right here. It's just, I mean, come on now. Reset. And the double action on this trigger, like I told you in a previous video, I have pretty big hands, but the double action pull on this gun is super smooth as well. Like I said, CZ really nailed it on this one. This is not a very common firearm. I mean, this is one of those guns, honestly, if you're ever scrolling through Gunbroker sometime, or, it's a hidden gun. It really is. I have a lot of guns, and I've been collecting guns for years. And it wasn't until recently I was looking at something and I was like, man, that's a pretty big CZ75. And then I looked at it a little closer. I was like, dang, that's a big gun. I was like, what is this? And that's when I looked and I was like, sure enough, it's 45. And I was like, well, I got to get me one. You can see the bushing in the front of this gun. It's kind of got a 1911 feel. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it took me a while to get this video started today because guess what? I lost the bushing. Oh no, yes, this bushing is different than a 1911. It is a different, it's like a different surface here. But the good news is, grab it right here. You can push your finger. I'll show you, kind of do it. Make sure I get it on the camera. And you can twist it. And it threads out, so it's different than a 1911 bushing. Obviously, a 1911 with a bull barrel is going to be different because you got to put the little pin in there. But you unthread it like so, okay? Then you take it back. You got your serrations right here. You align your serrations up. And then, boom, the tab pops out. This tab here is a little sticky, so I got to grab a screwdriver to pop it out. All right, guys, so I got that tab loose. So this will just come out like so. Pull it back. And boom, she comes off just like so. One thing about a single action gun I'll go ahead and tell you never want to do is you never want to pull the trigger on a gun that's a single action. Like if you're doing a 1911, the CZ97, I'm just going to grab it and just let it kind of easily go forward there. It's not very good on these springs. You can see there's a lot of small pieces that are moving inside of this gun right here. And you don't want to slam this hammer forward on top of that. You know what I mean? So you can take a look at the inside of this beautiful piece. Like I said, it's all metal gun. It's got some good weight to it. I like the front serrations on it. I haven't shot this gun yet. I got to go do that. We'll have another video, obviously, on a range day with this thing. The grips on it, you got your typical CZ grips. You know, CZ like a 75. They have their grips on them. You got your serrations on the back. It's very thin, but if you look, if I can get on the camera here, it's very deep. As you can see, it's deep serrations. So there's your lower. Like I said, beautiful, nice mag release here. And then up here, you got the upper. You got your guide rod spring right here. We'll go ahead and take that out. You always want to be careful. Luckily, I have a brick wall right here in front of me. So you always want to, because this thing will launch out. I had one time, I went to take the spring out, and I pulled it down, and it literally, to this day, 2 years later, is still missing in my garage. So you got to be careful. And the second of all is if you're pointing that thing to you, and you pull this thing out, guess where it's going to go? It's going to go right to you. So we're going to pull out the spring, guide rod spring. It's like a little spacer holder right here. When you pull it out, your barrel comes out. And you can take a look at this barrel right here. Man. CZ, you did a good job. And you got your feed ramp right here. Nice and polished. Alright guys, now to reassemble this thing, it's pretty easy. I'm going to go a little bit quicker here. I'm going to put this into there. There's your spring holder here. Take your guide rod. As I said earlier, you want to be really careful with this thing. You're going to put it right here in this groove. Make sure you guys can see. Then the rails on this thing are a little different. As you can see here, get the camera to pick it up. There we go. You can see these rails here, the way they slide in. The gun slides in. Got your serrations back here. You want to line those tabs up. And once you do that, and as you notice here, once I put the slide on, I'll take the slide and I'll run it all the way back to put it in single action. I'm going to be careful not to hit the trigger. And then you can take and do the gun like this, but what I've started doing is I'll take a gun like that with my fingers. And then once you get it lined up, boom. Once you got that tab in, you're going to take this bushing here. I'll try to get it right. And see, you're just going to thread it in. There you go. So maybe I can get one more turn out of it. And I get another turn. No, not today. So you'll see, it's not that hard, guys. And then once you get that in, every time you put a gun back together, you want to function check it. You don't want to be on the range with a hot round in here and something's not right. That won't be good. There you go. Slides good. You've got a pull. We'll go ahead and test double action real quick. Here we go. We're going to give it a pull. Nice. Function checks perfect. As always, thank you guys so much for watching my review on the CZ97B. I was looking back earlier in the video when I said the bushing was missing. The actual wrench, I have one right here for 1911, but the wrench that comes with the gun, I lost it. And I started remembering, I was like, oh my God, where is it at? Where in the world is it at? And I think what I did is when I unboxed this gun a while back, is when I took the bushing, I was like, oh my God, it's another 1911 style bushing. And I threw it in one of my range bags somewhere, so that's gonna take a lot of time for me to dig through that thing to figure out where it's at. So whenever you get a new gun and you open it up, make sure you look at everything closely because I don't know where it's at now. But as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. As we get this channel going, we're going to review a lot of firearms, guys. And if there's something you guys want to see reviewed, I may have it, who knows, or I might get my hands on it. Let me know. We'll get it and we'll review it. Thank you guys so much and have a good day. Peace!